show is the BP show. It's the BP batting practice show with Joe and Thomas.
And welcome into a special off-season edition of the Renegades BP show. We are on the field at Heritage Financial Park. I'm Joe Vasile, filling in for Thomas Cinzarella today. Is our new general manager, Zach Betkowski. And Zach, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you coming on down and taking some time out of your day here to chat with us and help us all get to know you a little bit better. New guy in charge for the Renegades, but fans who have been around, they've seen you around the ballpark for the last 3 seasons. Last year as the assistant GM. But just, I guess, if you could tell us a little bit more about your career path in baseball before coming to the Renegades that kind of got you up to this moment.
Sure, yeah. So I just finished year 10 working in baseball, actually. So prior to my time with the Renegades, I actually worked in Allentown, Pennsylvania with the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. So for those of you that aren't minor league baseball diehards, the Iron Pigs are the AAA affiliate for the Philadelphia Phillies. I was there for almost 5 years. Great experience, super successful team, very much known for their unique promotional calendar and their unique promotion. So wanted to bring some of that flavor here to the Renegades. And then prior to the Iron Pigs, spent some time working actually against a former New York Penn League opponent, the Vermont Lake Monsters, for a couple of years. So I know the Renegades did get the upper hand on the Lake Monsters in the championship in 2017, the year after I left. But yeah, it's been a really fun career working in minor league baseball, but I'm very happy to be closer to home in New York.
What was it about the Renegades that made it the right move at that time to leave Lehigh Valley? Like you said, a very successful team that does a lot and is kind of one of those teams that a lot of people within minor league baseball look to as a leader to come here to the Renegades.
Yeah, I think it was twofold for me. There was upward movement in my career just to take a step up into management and get a little bit more responsibility. But I think probably the most attractive thing was just being closer to home. You know, even though Pennsylvania or Vermont for that matter aren't terribly far from New York, it was very attractive to be a hop, skip, and a jump from the capital region, which is where my folks are, my wife's folks are too. So we have family that is about an hour away, and we can call on them anytime we need them.
How nice is that to be working close to home like that? I know for me, from North Jersey, it's kind of the same thing, just in the other direction of being about as close to home as I possibly could and still be working in minor league baseball. And I know for me, it's a really nice thing, and I'm sure for you as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, it takes a great support system to be successful in this career. Quite honestly, it's not for everyone. There's a lot of hours, but when you have a strong support system at home and a strong support system locally, it makes the hours and the grind of minor league baseball a little bit easier. So, you know, a lot of times I'm here 14, 15 hours a day. When you have, you know, parents and cousins and family members that are very close to home and they can assist, you know, back at home while I'm here, that makes it a little bit easier to manage. So,
what have you found you've enjoyed the most in the Mid-Hudson Valley?
It's a lot. Again, the proximity to home definitely sticks out to me, but I think I like the fact that we are in New York, but we're not in the chaos of New York City. I know this can be a commuter area for a lot of people that do work in the city. I like the fact that it feels very suburban, but it doesn't have that, you know, that absolute, like, you know, super speed of New York City where everyone's beeping at each other and walking all over each other. I think it's very spread out, and there's quite honestly a lot to do, and you're very close to a lot of things in the Hudson Valley.
Yeah, it's a nice quick skip down to New York, but you don't feel like you're packed in and just all, everyone's on top of each other. You're a little more spread out. The beautiful scenery with the mountains, you don't get that in a lot of places, and especially now in the fall. I mean, just a great time of year, which is why personally, I love the whole Cider Donuts rollout this past year, and just a big thing. Should I ask you where your favorite cider donut is from, or is this one of those, like, which one is your favorite kid? I enjoy them all equally.
How could I possibly pick? But
Yeah.
I guess if I have to pick one specific cider donut, it would have to be Dusty, right? Dusty, who's our lovable mascot you see on all the merchandise. I mean, how could you beat Dusty the Donut?
Spoken like a true GM. What, you know, we talked a little bit about time here at the Renegades, and, you know, you've had the opportunity with the Renegades to work under the last 2 GMs, and Steve Gliner and Tyson Jeffers. And just what did you learn from those two about what it takes to succeed as a minor league GM, and what, I guess, do you think maybe people don't necessarily realize is part of being a GM? I know you're not picking the team, so that's a little different than the big league guys.
Any players that get traded or called up or sent down, I promise you I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, why did you personally send Spencer Jones up to Somerset?
Yeah.
But I guess just how influential were working with those two really closely the last couple of years?
No, I've been very fortunate just over a 10-year career to have many influential mentors, and Tyson and Steve are definitely near the top of the list of people who have taught me a ton and continue to teach me. I think that's the one beautiful thing about this game is even though Tyson's leaving for a new opportunity, his opportunity is within Diamond Baseball Holdings, so he's just a phone call away, and quite honestly, we're going to be on a lot of the same meetings and a lot of the same fall and winter business meetings for MILB, so I know I'll be interacting with him probably just as much as I do today. And Steve's been tremendously helpful in this transition, while Tyson's, moving his life to South Carolina. So, I think if I had to pinpoint one thing that the two of them have taught me, it's that I don't always have to be the one to make decisions. I think there's a lot of trust that we can put in people, in fans and partners and our staff to empower them to tell us what the right decision is and just ask the right questions so that people can make the decisions that are best for the organization.
You talk about your 10-year career in minor league baseball. What's been your favorite part about working in minor league baseball? Yeah,
I think a lot of people will ask me almost daily, it feels like, don't you want to just one step closer to being the Yankees GM or the Mets GM? And quite honestly, I really don't have any desire to do that. I really enjoy the local community flavor that minor league baseball offers. I think it's much easier to build personal relationships with fans, with partners, with your staff, whereas at the corporate level, it can be a little bit more hyper-focused. You probably don't get as many, relationship opportunities to truly build a relationship, truly understand what makes people tick. And I think minor league baseball, because it's a little bit more intimate, does provide that platform.
I know last year for 2023, there was a lot new at the ballpark, new wall, new batter's eye that I'm staring at. Of course, the naming rights partnership with Heritage Financial Credit Union. It's a really exciting time around here, and I know there's a lot new that's planned for 2024. Can you give us, I'm sure you don't want to spoil everything.
Sure.
We still want to keep some surprises up our sleeves, but just spoiler alert, there's a big building being built in left field.
Huge building.
Yeah, can you give us an idea of some of the new things that are coming for next year?
Yeah, well, certainly that building is going to be, it is the most transformative project that Heritage Financial Park has undertaken in our 30-year history, so I can't wait for people to see it, and I think our intention certainly is once it's complete and safe and OSHA compliant, we'll do some guided tours with people that might be interested in taking up a game in that space. And I think for us, more importantly than anything in 2024 is truly paying homage to our 30-year anniversary. And there's so much rich history here that I wish I had been more of a part of, but I've only been here for 3 years, so I've had to really rely on our fans who have been here since day one, some of our staff members like Rick Zolzer who have been here since the early days, that they can better tell the story of the history of the Renegades, and we look forward to doing it justice and really celebrating our 30-year history next year.
Yeah, it's really exciting, and just hearing some of the rumors of what might be going on next year, I gotta say, you're not gonna want to miss out on anything, because it's gonna be really, really exciting. That being open is gonna make this place look so different, the extra seating and different kind of areas going on over there, in addition to all the 30th anniversary themed things that are kind of in the pipeline. I know are really, really exciting times. So we did a really dangerous thing.
Okay.
A couple days ago, we opened up to Facebook to get some questions for you. We said, hey, we're going to be doing a Q&A with the new GM, and we wanted to field some questions. And so we picked 2.5 questions.
2.5. I might have 2.5 answers.
One's a two-parter.
Okay.
But this one is from Gregory.
Okay.
Gregory asks, can you confirm Thirsty Thursday is on the agenda for next year?
It's a great question, Gregory. I appreciate that, and it's really good to know that people enjoy the Thirsty Thursdays. We just met last week as a staff, and we're kind of doing a lot of planning for 2024. It's definitely something that was discussed, and I think our intention would be to bring that back, but we have to just analyze those things with our staff, our concessions partner. But no, knowing that it was well received, from our fans is something that will help us in making that decision for next year.
Interesting. So you're saying that if somebody leaves a comment on this video with, hey, do this as a promo, we might not do it, but at least maybe something that could possibly be considered. Nothing set in stone yet.
How about this? If we get 1,000 comments on this video, I will personally buy Gregory a beer at the next game he comes to.
1,000 comments on this video. Just comment
It could be anything.
on this video.
You could say,
anything.
I hate the new GM, but if you
You
get
could.
1,000 comments,
I
please,
wouldn't say
please
that.
don't say
Yeah, that would be very
It would
mean.
hurt my ego.
But Gregory, if you get to commenting real quick and you get all your friends to comment, you could have a free beer next time you're at a Renegades game.
Yep.
So that's pretty good. This next one comes from Joe V. What is your favorite episode of Cup of Joe?
Is that show still going? We're still doing that? I thought we talked about the budget. How much do we spend on the production of that show?
More than you would imagine.
We'll edit this out. We'll edit this out.
Okay.
So
It's live, Joe. We can't edit.
we're live right now.
This is a live thing we're doing.
This is live.
This is live.
Okay. We'll edit that out later.